Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, a great millstone, and honors to all you Akim out there that's sincerely holding it down in the truth. All right, that's laboring, like you see these brothers right here, the GMS Pittsburgh brothers. Okay, and this lesson I'm gonna call this another wrong move by Isupk. And a lot of brothers are making videos on it, and this looks bad for Isubk. See here it is. The Lord didn't call in a bunch of goons and if that was the case, then the Lord would have had the Bloods and the Crips, or some real gangsters, not no pseudo gangsters. The Lord would have called in real gangsters, real hitmen or whatever. But this was off, man. Here it is. You claim to be men of the Lord. You claim to be Israelites, but you're not moving like Israelites. You sitting up there trying to intimidate the brothers, which you didn't intimidate the brothers. The brothers held strong in the spirit, and they kept it spiritual. They ain't engaging no carnality because why? We don't teach and promote that. Yahweh Shai said, "I send you forth as sheep among the wolves." All right, and you know who the wolves are. So we're not. Our thing is not to be starting no conflicts up and everything like that. And this was totally carnal, man. Now the brothers is there speaking, teaching, and whatever all year long. All right, which these guys they take time off. They like the brothers said they wasn't out there all winter, but then all of a sudden they came back and now this is what they're on. Right, I'm gonna play a little bit of the clip.
Come on closer, bro.
This should be K corner. Right. Tell them that.
Romans 15 verse 20.
This should be K corner now.
So have I strived to preach the gospel, not work.
See how carnal this dude is, man? It's UPK corner. No, it ain't, man. All right. Job 9:24 said the earth is given into the hand of Esau, man. So right now, that's Esau's corner. Because I guarantee you, if Esau roll up on you, you're going to get the fuck up off that corner. I don't care how many guns you got. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how many studs you got, how much black you got on. Okay, how long of a rap sheet you got. If Esau roll up on these niggas, they're going to get off that corner. Bottom line, man. Bottom line. And that's what's going to end up happening eventually anyway. But now, I just want to say a few things, and I'm going to pull out a few scriptures concerning this matter, because pretty much what ISUPK is doing, is nothing short of what Comfy was doing. Now, if brothers that been around long enough, if you remember Comfy and them at one time when they had the wave of fire, they were going to the different camps trying to intimidate them. They went to Bubble Eyes camp before he was Bubble Eyes. He was out there in Philly, I think. He went to his camp. I think he was even down with Johanna. All right. Now, brothers, listen to this clearly, because I want to see how many of you brothers remember this thing. Comfy and them went to a spot where Johanna and them was teaching. And they did the same thing you see these niggas doing right there. And Johanna blasted Comfy for doing it. He blasted Comfy. And I was looking for the video. I couldn't find the video. But if you brothers been around, because it went viral back then, right? And you can see them. They surround, because back then Johanna didn't have as many men that he got now. He didn't have his weight up, so to speak, I guess, if you want to say. And they went and set up right where Johanna was, and Johanna had to go across the street and everything. He was pissed off and everything, right? So now, fast forward it, 10 years in the future, now you go and pull the same move that you did to Comfy. And when I seen this, I just thought about Comfy and his goons, because that's what they were doing. All right, they even we spoke about it. They try to roll up on us, and we actually got it turned into a physical confrontation, but the Lord was with us. All right, because they figured that they tried to intimidate us, and they realized that wasn't going to work. And being Comfy had the same thing. He had a bunch of goons, because these are carnal men. They don't believe in it. They ain't dealing with brothers that are spiritual. They want carnal men. They want men that are pit bull type dudes, not dudes that follow the Most High. They're not looking for followers of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. They're looking for niggas that's just mischievous, looking to get into some shit or start some shit, some goons. So Comfy came with them, and they did the same thing, surrounded us and all that, and we we banged out or whatever. Then afterwards, they fell back. They looked bad in front of all of Israel, and it came out that they was on some bullshit. But I say this: look what happened. Look what happened to Comfy and his men. Look where Comfy's at. Johanna's doing nothing more than what Comfy was doing, you know. And Johanna's paid. Basically, they paid Johanna off the money that was on the table left from Comfy. They gave those crumbs to Johanna, and now that's why Johanna's inviting everybody to his Passover. You know, that's why he's saying things like they're gonna attack every Israelite camp that don't bow down to Johanna. These niggas is out of their mind, man. They out of their mind. These brothers wasn't bothering them, you know, and the brothers was out there teaching. And again, when winter come, or when these dudes ain't gonna be out there diligently, man. You understand? They don't really. They had the nerve to say when I watched the video, what y'all do for the city of Pittsburgh? Y'all ain't do nothing for the city of Pittsburgh. Well, first of all, the city of Pittsburgh is going to be destroyed right along with the rest of America, man. All right? The city of Pittsburgh is going to be destroyed. The Most High ain't dealing with the city of Pittsburgh, you know? And I'm going to go back to that scripture too, but I'm going to bring this scripture out. This is the book of James chapter 4. I'm going to go straight to the point. James 4:4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? So when you saying that we're no good for a town, like y'all ain't did no good out here, y'all ain't no good for Pittsburgh, you know, and you come out there, we love black people, we looking for black people. So you trying to sit there and be a friend of the world, all right? Pittsburgh is a city that's of this world, obviously is a part of America. It says, whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of the Most High. So again, you guys are straight up enemies of the Most High, you see? And again, these brothers were, hold on a second. These brothers was doing, you know, doing the right thing. They kept it spiritual. They brought scriptures. And it ain't a thing about, you know, oh, we going to sit here and see who going to make who, you know, leave first. It ain't really that, because at the end of the day, Yahweh Shai said, shake the dust when they don't receive you in a certain city, you know? So it ain't about like getting carnal or whatever, because the Lord could do way more than you than what we could do to you. You understand? We men, I mean, we ain't no choir boys or what y'all think, all the other stuff that you putting out there, because really, it takes a real man to be spiritual, man. It's easy to just go pop off and talk reckless, but to have that reserve and be spiritual, that's a real man, you know? That's a real man. A coward, you know, you got people that when they're with a group of people, then they become tough. You know what I'm saying? It's easy when you with like 100 people to see 2-3 guys and sit there and talk reckless. How about when you with yourself, man? You like that when you by yourself? Huh? It's easy to get that liquor courage. There's another video, because what they did here, and if brothers could remember, they did this to the brothers in Florida. I don't know if it was the West Palm or the I forget which brothers it was. It was a camp in Florida. You had these same, well, not these goons, but some other goons from Isupk. They came from right out of a bar to the camp where the brothers were speaking, trying to roll up on them and intimidate them. So this is what they do. You understand? This is what they do. These ain't men of the Lord, man. And this was foolish, man. This was foolish. And you think the Most High ain't gonna judge these niggas for this? Like I said, Comfy did the same thing. They picking up where Comfy left off. Comfy did the same exact thing. The wave of fire and trying to shake down and intimidate all the camps. And look where Comfy's at, man. The Most High got that nigga, man. So what you think the Lord gonna do to these niggas, man? You see? Matter of fact, go to the scripture now in Matthews 18, verse 6. It said, but whoso offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone will hang about his neck, and that he would drown in the depth of the sea. You see? That's what the Lord said. Okay, and you definitely offended the little ones in Yahweh Shai, man. You came out there on some you know, gang banging shit. This is our corner, UPK corner. The Most High don't give a damn about a corner. Show you how small-minded these niggas are, man. You talking about a corner? The Lord's talking about giving us inherited in the whole world, man. You see? But you talk about a corner. This is ISUPK corner. A corner that you gonna only go there once in a blue moon. You understand? Once in a blue moon. And we've seen this happen before, you know. But the brothers definitely held it down in the spirit, man. And of course, you know, hey, Yahweh Shemel Shai is gonna bless those brothers, reward them. And, you know, that's that, man. You know, they done fucked up. Basically, they fucked up. Because ain't nothing righteous about what they did. You know, even if you disagree with the doctrine, as much as we disagree with the doctrine of these other groups out there, we don't sit up there and go and get carnal and try to sit there and physically attack these people. You know? They sat there and basically try to bum rush them brothers. They sit there, hit them with the ambush journalism, if you will, saying a bunch of lies. And the brother said, prove it, because he's going to call his child molesters and pedophiles. Prove it, man. Prove it. Where's the cases at? All right? There's the paperwork. If you call somebody a rat or a snitch in the street and you don't got the paperwork to prove it, you just made this shit up out of your ass, that's grounds for termination. All right? And you know, in the streets, that's what normally goes on. And in the court of law, you look like a liar. You understand? So when you make a statement like that, the ball is in your court to prove it, man. And don't bring no hearsay, she say, or no dick, no rant. Show me paperwork, man. If you're going to sit there and call a man a rapist and everything. And another question I'm going to pose, you know, I would like to pose to the ISUPK, you know, that claim that they're the home of the home of the truth since 1969, right? Well, in which a lot of them dudes, they just came into it. They just repeating, regurgitating whatever crap Johanna tells them, man. But anyway, at one time, Johanna was with Tazadakia, the discomforter. So what happened? What happened? How did he, because he got silenced. He disappeared. All right, and was banished down here to Philadelphia. Okay, probably he was in Pittsburgh as well. But what happened? Okay, and there's men out there that told us some of the stuff that happened. So it's funny. You better be careful what you wish for, man. Yahweh Shai spoke about that in the 7th chapter of Matthew, man. You know, about talking about your brother, about taking you better take the beam out of your own eye. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick, just to get the exact quote. Matthew 7, verse 1. Judge not that ye be not judged. Now these guys sit up there and slander us, and they want to put that image out of child molesters, rapists, and all that. Ain't none of us rape nobody, man. We ain't into that child molesters. All right, we never been with that. You understand? But they like to sit there and you know, say it because they figure if they say it enough, people will think that is facts. Well, my thing is, where's the proof? Where's the paperwork? Show us, because obviously we'd have been locked up under the jail, or we'd at least been locked up, if not anything. So where's the paperwork? Now it says, judge not that you be not judged. Now, we were speaking about it last night, a few brothers, just like during the time of Esther with Mordecai. Here it is, you had Haman and them plotting on, you know, Israel, Mordecai and them. They had gallows ready to try to lynch him, right? And then the Spirit turned it to where those gallows that they made, well, it ended up being their judgment. Their judgment fell upon them. They were the ones that got hung in those gallows, you see? So the Lord said, judge not that you be not judged, man. For what judgment you judge, you should be judged. So, in other words, if you live in a glass house, you shouldn't throw stones, as they say, you know? And trust me, there's a lot of skeletons and bones that's gonna come crawling out of the castle of ISUPK, the closets of ISUPK. All right. It says, and with what measure you meet, it shall be measured to you again. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considereth not the beam that is in thine own eye? You see? So, or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye? Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote of thy brother's eye. So these guys are a bunch of goddamn hypocrites, man. Here it is, they talking about Apostle Tahar Apostle Tahar been on the streets teaching the truth before these niggas was born, man. And Johanna knows this, okay? Johanna was right there. Johanna always saluted Apostle Tahar. You see? Johanna, that's why you don't see Johanna going too crazy slang, because what can he say? Apostle Tahar's doing the same thing he did when he first knew him. Johanna's the one that switched and went to the dark side, man. And we know why that is, because he's of the house of Saul. You see? He's of the house of Saul. And the Most High is the one that puts those spirits on people, man. You see? So it says, judge not that ye be not judged, for with what judgment you judge, you shall be judged. You know, and these guys, like I said, they sitting there talking all this slander. They don't know what the hell went on, man. Only thing they know is some stories passed down from Johanna. Now, I was there, all right? I mean, we were young. The Connecticut camp, was the last camp to officially join One West, all right? Before all of the splits, before the split with King Mashai, High Priest REI, before Lahab and them got kicked out, you see? So we were privy to that, and that's through the spirit of Apostle Tahar, of Yahweh Bashem Shai, working on Apostle Tahar, that always insisted on bringing us there and bringing us into the fold and letting us see what was going on. You know, and actually he was bringing us, you know, to the elders back then, King Mashai, Priest REI, Elder Yaikwab. So as Connecticut brothers, you know, with Apostle Ramblob, he was amongst us, and some of the other guys fell off, but we was right there. We was going to the events, the Feast of Tabernacles, Bear Mountain. We were doing all that, man. The Passovers back then. So where the hell was these niggas at? These same gangsters, so-called gangsters, all right, that's as boldly talking about they got the home of the truth and they men of the Lord, and where the hell were you guys at back then? And then you're going to sit there and speak, and the scriptures tell you to rebuke not an elder. You're going to speak about a man such as Apostle Tahar, who's putting nothing but work and labor for the nation of Israel for over 30 some odd years, man, maybe approaching 40 years. You're going to actually have the audacity to sit there and slander the man and talk to him, you know, and you don't even know him. Johanna knows, you see, and you niggas gonna find out that you learned the damn lie, man. All those things about Johanna was the first one. Y'all probably think he's King David, you know. You're gonna learn that you're gonna find out you learned a bunch of lies, man. You see what I'm saying? Get another couple of scriptures and I'm gonna wrap it. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. It says, the Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations. And that was them brothers, man, because they was tempting them, man. They was tempting them to get into some carnal thing. They did the same thing, Ties of Black. We call them Ties of Blacks. Elder Tazai gave them that name, Ties of Blacks. All right? They rolled up on the brothers and they sized them up or whatever. They said, okay, it's 3 of them out there. We can go out there with 50 goons. 70 goons. I don't know how many niggas they had out there. But that's the game that they play. You know, they play that bullshit intimidation, and they wouldn't have the heart, you know? They wouldn't have the heart to approach Esau on that tip, all right? You got a lot of Edomites out there, right-wingers, nerdy-ass cracker boy. Hey, y'all like that gunplay, right? Y'all at the gun range, y'all carnal like that. There's a lot of Edomites that like to get down like that. Why don't you approach them? Why don't you take their corner? Okay, you got Edomites, they gather out there and pass out their white supremacist papers and stuff like that. I don't see you attacking them, rolling up on them, say this is ISUPK corner, because you know what would happen if you did that, man? You know what would happen, man? Esau a dig up in your ass, man. You would light your ass up, man. You see? So that's why you're not going to do that, man. You're going to sit there and they know that, you know, we're just brothers out there teaching. We're not into the carnal part of it, man. All right? We about prophesying. That's what we've been doing. We keep telling you that we're the prophets. We don't sit there and talk about doing anything else other than prophesying. And Esau knows that, all right? But we know you've been given orders to do what you do, you know? All of a sudden now, and every time you start hearing people changing up the doctrine, John the Baptist ain't in the truth, the mark of the beast is an embargo, you could do it in the butt. These are things that they teach. When you start hearing that, that's how you know it's an infiltration going on. You see? And like I said, these dudes, they got the heart and courage to sit there and roll up on them brothers and try to sit there and punk them and make them close up and get scared or whatever, right? Which didn't happen. But when Esau comes, they sit there and start showing their teeth, man. Start to, oh no, we don't hate white people. God hates white people. Now you want to sit down there and be civil and sensible with an Edomite, man. And that's why we tell you about these niggas, these wicked ass niggas, and why, like the scriptures say, you're not supposed to be joined with these niggas because you can't trust these niggas, man. All right? And at the end of the day, it was never nothing personal. We gave them credit for what they did to Zaryak, which Zaryak really learned from the apostles of Great Millstone, you see? But now he's all caught up in that situation because he if you in the scriptures, you know that was wrong. You understand? But really, man, that's all right. The Most High gonna get you niggas, man. The Lord is gonna get you niggas, man. And the Lord could do way worse than anything that we can imagine to you. All right? The Most High trust me, he got a judgment for you niggas, man. And everybody's about to know, just like with this, here it is, and that's the other thing too. With everything else going on, Esau's shutting down the whole goddamn country, right? You're gonna have these niggas sit there and get on some clown shit and try to roll up on a brother's camp. You ain't gonna stop the word from going out. That's how I know that you was sent, man. That's how I know you was sent. All right. And if you was really in the spirit, you talking about, we're the only men of the Lord and this and that. But what did Yahweh Shai say in the scriptures about the other men that were teaching? He said, forbid them not. He told the disciples, forbid them not. You see? So that's how we know that you niggas are not the men of the Lord, man. You're not following the scriptures. But it said, the Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations and to reserve the unjust until the day of judgment to be punished. So that's what the Lord is doing. The Lord is reserving you. You niggas ain't right, man. He said how to reserve the unjust until the day of judgment to be punished. It tells you in Jeremiah that there's many wicked men amongst Israel, man. All right. And the Lord's got them reserved, man. All right. He got them reserved, and they sitting there, they're thinking that they all good and the Most High. Watch how the Lord destroy these dudes, man. Verse 10, but chiefly them that walk after the flesh, see? And that's what they did. They were walking after the flesh, being carnal, in the lust of uncleanness and despise government. And like I was just speaking about Apostle Tahar been doing this, and he ain't took no breaks. All right, Yohana took all kind of breaks. He's on a hiatus right now. He popped up inviting everybody to the Passover. And what kind of Passover y'all going to have amidst this coronavirus? All right? Shut down. You see? It said, presumptuous are they, self-willed. They are not afraid to speak evil of dignities. And you seen that in the video, man. Niggas sitting there talking all this shit about the apostles, okay, and the elders and the leaders and stuff. But guess what? That's what they did to the ancient prophets, man. All right. The Apostle Paul said in 1 Corinthians that we would set the apostles forth last, man. You know, as the off scouring. And matter of fact, let me get that scripture real quick. Matter of fact, I started 6, 1 Corinthians 4 and 6. And these things, brethren, having a figure transferred to myself and to Apollos for your sakes, that you might learn in us not to think of men above that which is written. You see? And that's the problem. They over there talking about General Yohana created them, man. And see, and we get on other Israelites because if we were to say some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? We say some crazy shit. The Apostle Tahar, he's the one that created us and we're his right? Y'all go crazy. Y'all lose your fucking mind. But these fucking goofballs, man. You know what I'm saying? These goofballs you see before gangsters with shades, right, and fringes, they sit there and say these things and nobody says nothing. Well, the scriptures say that you learn not to think of men above that which is written, that no one of you be puffed up for one against another. And that's the problem. All those dudes is straight up puffed up, man. They puffed up. For who maketh thee to differ from another? And what hast thou that thou didst not receive? And they acting like they're the authorities, like they tell the Most High how to do things, right? Now, if thou didst receive it, why dost thou glory as if thou hast not received it? And truth be told, a lot of things that they were teaching, again, to Zaryak, he was learning from the apostles, man. You see? But he's going to act like he ain't learned nothing from the apostles. He's going to act like he learned from General Yohana and them. It says, now ye are full, now ye are rich, speaking about the brothers. Brothers are full with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, the real brothers. It says, you have reigned as kings without us. And I would to the Most High you did reign, that we also might reign with you. For I think that the Most High have set forth us, the apostles last, as it were appointed to death. You see? Like a death sentence, because the men of the Lord would always face, the lives were always in jeopardy. You see, you always had wicked niggas and Israelites wanting to come together and kill them and try to, that's nothing new. We've been through it. We had shit going back 25, 26 years ago. I can remember in New Haven, we had the whole town of New Haven come up against, it was just 5 of us. It was just 5 of us, man. All right, the apostles was on their way down, and we was babes out there. All right, brothers, we was babes. I'm talking about maybe I might have been in for a few 6 months, maybe a year. Apostle Ramlob, a year or two years maybe. Tyler Dot by about same time as me roughly. All right, and then he had Gadal was there too. Gadal, which now, he got his thing going on or whatever he's doing, but he was there. If he's, I don't know what state his mind is in, but if you talk to him, he'll tell you about that day. Gadal was there. Taza Dotba, Apostle Ramlob, and it was one more other brother who I'm forgetting. I don't know if it was Elder Sakaran or if it was this other dude named Rashwan. But I think Rashwan came down afterwards. No, it was Gabaria. I think it was Gabaria. So it was 5 of us. In the whole town, if you know New Haven, Connecticut, the Green, that's where they had the jazz concerts and all that. Everybody, they surrounded us back then, man. All right, and we stayed in the spirit, But that's why the scriptures say that the Lord have pointed us, the apostles, last, as it were, to death, because we went through that in Stanford, New York, like I said, in Harlem, Comfy in them, surround. We always were facing situations for this truth, for this word, for teaching this word, and that's what them brothers in Pittsburgh was doing. So that shows you who the real men of the Lord are, man, because that's what they were doing to the disciples and the apostles and the prophets. Okay, it says, for I think that Most High set us the apostles last, as it were appointed to death, for we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men. Yeah, so we're like a laughing stock or gate. Look at them crazy, them bummy ass Israelites. They got all these earth, wind, and fire garments. They think they Power Rangers. All the, the stuff that they say. They say we're made a spectacle. A spectacle is what? Like something that's like put on a display, so to speak, right? Unto the world and to angels. See, the angels is there. That's what these carnal niggas don't realize. And to men, we are fools for Yahweh Shai's sake. Right? Yeah, we fools because why? We out there, we look, like the scriptures say, the foolishness of preaching. We out there going hard in the spirit. So we do look like fools. And then we suffer. We take the low, right? But ye are wise in Yahweh Shai. We are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised. The real men of the Lord are going to be despised, man. That's the bottom line. The real men of the Lord are going to be despised. Jumping down in the interest of time. It says, and labor, verse 12, and labor working with our own hands, being reviled, you see, people cursing us out and everything for teaching the word. We bless being right, because we don't sit there and go back and forth, start looking for niggas. We don't do all that shit, man. The angels is gonna get you niggas, man. Actually, we ain't gotta look for you, because the angels know right where you at. They know right where all you niggas is, man. All you niggas in your family, you bringing a curse on your family when you go against the word of the Most High, man. Proverbs 13:13, man. It says, being persecuted, we suffer it. Just like them brothers. Them brothers was persecuted, but they suffered it, man. All right, other brothers in other camps, y'all brothers witnessed it with, like I said, in Florida. I remember they tried to do the same thing in them brothers in Florida. You see? It says, being defamed, yeah, you child molester, child, what they say, rapists, or whatever, child molesters. They say all these wicked things, being defamed, trying to defame us. You white woman lovers, right? They say all these stupid shit just to try to defame us, to try to take credibility from what we're saying, which they don't realize is that they're adding more credibility, because at the end of the day, the truth got to come out. well, look, is what these brothers saying true? You know, do you got actual proof that they raped a kid, a girl, or whatever the case is? And the answer is no. Hell no. Because we don't teach nobody to do no. We teach. Actually, we teach. If we find out that a brother do get caught up into that shit, he's out of there. You understand? And that's always been a mantra, you know, or that's always been a thing, if you will. Okay, don't deal with no child pedophilia. We against all that shit. We teach against that, man. So what the hell we look like doing those things, man? But that's because why? That's the prophecy. They're gonna defame us. They want to defame us and try to take away whatever credibility, because after what, when you like dealing with a woman, when you sit there, you know, with a woman going back and forth, whether it's in child support, you know, in court or an argument, and then once you finally you got her, she get mad. She can't just sit there and humble down and say, "You're right, you're right. You know what? You're right." She want to sit there and she's vindictive, man. You know, so she's not gonna come at you with logic or whatever the case is. She's gonna come at you with carnality, with the police. She can call the police. She gonna do shit that a bitch would do, you know? She gonna have a bitch fit. So these guys, they can't come at us with the scriptures or deal with us according to the scriptures. They was talking about John the Baptist not being, that's off. So we corrected it. We came with the scriptures, man. We came with countless of scriptures and shows and brothers that proved it, and they can't deal with that, man. They can't deal with that. So that's why, you know, they were butthurt over those things, and we wasn't doing it, you know, to try to shit on them or start no shit. We were just defenders of the gospel, as we will always be through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. It said, being defamed, we entreat, we are made as the filth of the world, and are the offscouring of all things unto this day. You see? Until this day. So, you know what the offscouring means? That means like the trash. So yeah, they're gonna look, because that's how they looked at the Lord, at Yahweh Shai. All right? Else they wouldn't have dared attempted to even put him to crucify him. You see? But it was all prophecy. Just like what's happening now, it's all spiritual and it's all prophecy. But anyway, with that, I'm gonna leave it there. You know, hope you brothers were edified. And as always, we give all glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and say shalom to you sincere Akim. Shalom.